hi to me. Hi, butterfly. Hi. As I considered moving to North Carolina mountain property, I was looking forward to continue beekeeping, learning how to breed butterflies, creating art and crafts projects, sowing and harvesting medicinal and edible plants, and most importantly, bringing my mother from the war in Ukraine. Nevertheless, I found myself doing entirely different tasks to survive the coming winter in a place unfit for human consumption. It took all my energy, time, and money to make it livable and safe for me to stay here until I resolved all the legal issues. I'm not going to get into the specifics of what happened to me and how a real estate broker from a big company took advantage of me. I will explain it in a separate video. The purpose of this video is to show you how I manage alone in a rural area. In this area, I socialize more with wild animals than with neighbors who mind their own business. Despite all the challenges I had to face, I always tried to be as positive as possible. I remind myself to hold on to a beautiful life the universe had given me from the womb. I have no idea why society thinks it is unhealthy for people to be on their own. I think it is more unhealthy to be lonely than alone, which isn't an issue for me. I'm alone with my dog, but we are not lonely. We lift each other's minds and spirits. We enjoy each other's company to the purest level and deeply moved by the feeling of being attuned to nature. The sound of woodpeckers in the morning, the smell of a tree branches, the smell of soil, a deep breath after the rain, and hearing running water in the distance seems like such a little things. However, when we left alone with no distraction, we begin to appreciate them greatly. It is much easier to be silent in the present with nature. I find silence is the most profound source of healing. As I walk with my dog Nemo in the hills of the mountains daily, I discover that while it is essential for him to smell, it is equally necessary for me to converse with myself as I did when I was a child. Perhaps it is the secret of why people like me don't feel lonely. Can you hear me, mountain friends? I love you. I love you. I am so sorry, sweetie. I have nothing here for you, my friend. Right, Nemo? gotta go to the mailbox, get our mail. You good boy? You my good boy? Right here. Mommy have to brush you before we go in the house. Yeah, mommy have to brush you. Right? The way I see being alone is by realizing that I'm not alone. Being in your own world is the perfect medicine to help you cope with the stresses of daily life. Sometimes it's about taking the dog on a challenging walk. This is my everyday walking Nemo. Up and down, extremely steep. Going up, Nemo. Keep going. Don't give up. Just move forward. Hear me, mountain. Because last Saturday I had a chimney fire here, and I was fighting the fire actually inside the house. All the sparkles were floating inside the room while I was trying to get to sleep, and I got really lucky that I spotted that. You have a good day and wish me luck.
Keep calm and let the Roger handle it.
So this is his business. If anybody need his service, I'm a good business owner. Here we go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is crazy. You're not wearing any protection.
I got eye protection.
Well, still, it's so impressive.
Yeah, cool.
I never seen anything like this. I don't think I'm gonna put the house on fire anymore.
No house fire.
And it's gonna be more efficient. So, thank you, Roger. Thank you. Fixing the door because all the heat comes through the door.
I swung here with his coat on. It's a door. It's a window frame and not even a door frame.
Uh-huh.
Okay. They put the well, located it in a drain field from further up the mountain, and this is a bog. And they didn't pour a concrete pad when they put the pump in place. And so the pump is sitting on saturated ground, and there's no way to insulate it so that it doesn't wick the moisture up around the pump itself. So again, this is another very poorly installed pump, and it makes the house unsuitable for human occupancy, in my opinion.
So it's not fixable, you said?
I don't think you ever.
Or it need a new well now?
Yeah, I would say that the well is going to freeze this winter. You can't winterize this because they didn't put a concrete pad underneath it to support the structure of the well assembly. And this is nothing but muck.
Yeah. So it is a Christmas day today. I'm alone here on the Blue Ridge Mountains in this very cold weather, trying to survive, to stay warm, but it's not easy. And it is a 46 degree, as you can see, in a house, and I have a fire is going on. Last night was 38 degree, and then this morning I was able to bring up to 44. So it's pretty difficult to warm up this place because I have no windows. The door is messed up, all the cold air coming through the door. And last night I had to put the plastic over one of the windows because it was really wild. From an early age, I was taught to be independent and to overcome challenges. As a gymnast, it was a must. I began to face more and more difficult challenges as I grew older and matured, not as I did during my gymnastic years. I realize now that dealing with the world's society is much harder. I believe the trick is not to avoid them, but to learn how to face them, to be your own hero. While free spirits often pay a high price for their freedom, I find I feel comfortable with challenges when I'm away from the craziness of modern life, which constantly puts you down no matter what you do. No matter how hard you try to please at the cost of your own well-being, you will still be judged unfairly. It takes compassion to take the time to understand another human being. The gift of time is often the most valuable thing you can give someone else. It is almost as if you were finding a pearl in the big sea. The truth is that every human needs self-care. When you try to be creative with your time, you will nurture self-love and growth and hear the melody of your soul. This is due to spring water from the mountain freezing and leaving me stranded for several days. As you can see, it is not safe to drive, and my car is on the other side. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to leave behind the comfortable life one had and move somewhere completely opposite. I remember being sick to my stomach from not being able to see my friends, have a deep conversation, and hug them. It might be because I was so disconnected from myself and more dependent on others for reassurance. My time alone in my world gave me a chance to connect and communicate with my soul and feel comfortable with who I am. I can no longer fear my vulnerability in society because it will hurt me, but instead I can embrace how God created me.
Nemo, we need to help the birds to survive. They cold and they hungry, right? And Nemo is fine.
Not much is going on for you, Nemo, today. All the animals are hiding, trying to stay warm. Where's everybody? Come on over! Bear, deer, rabbits. Everyone welcome here. Nemo wants to play. Hey.
I chose to be alone with nature and live happily without much contact with other people, while others may find this a lonely experience. In my mind, there is no excuse for feeling lonely if you can see the richness of the world around you.
Warming up my feet. My feet are happy.
I'm tempted to drive today to the store because I'm almost out of food, but there's still ice. Everywhere snow melts, but still ice. And I really don't know if I should drive or not. Oh my gosh, Nemo! We got water! We got water! Oh my God, thank you, God! For this miracle! I love you, rain! I will never complain about the rain in the winter. It's absolutely life-saving. After 1 week, Nemo, after 1 week, we can finally have a simple, basic life. Water is our life. Oh, let's go check. Let's go check in the house. Make sure I'm not dreaming. I'm not exaggerating. This is so important. It's such a happy moment. We're gonna have a finally good year. We're gonna have a water for the new year. Yay! Water! I love you, water. Nemo! This is our happy moment. We're gonna rejoice. We're gonna enjoy the water, right? Oh. Okay, that's it. That's it. Thank you, God. My goodness, blessing is coming my way. I'm getting more wood. Woo! Oh my goodness.
Not everyone knows what it's like to wake up and see angels flying at your door after a struggle. Some people want money, others want to lift their spirits by passing God's light on to others. After 10 months of being alone in the mountains as a single woman who isn't even a native, I have found that my attitude can have a huge impact on survival, positivity, and faith in your own strengths, that you can achieve more than you ever thought possible, a weapon against the boundaries that stand in your path. Don't you dare ever let anyone steal your dreams from you. Dreams are the lantern that you carry inside you to reflect light into the world.
Oh, don't do that to me. Please stay. Woo! You did it, Nemo. Shoot, that was a tough one. Always want to sleep. I had to hold it. To catch it.
In recent years, I have noticed that young people are becoming more passionate about the lifestyle of their ancestors rather than their parents who lost their relationship with nature and skills to survive. That gives me a hope that the younger generation will bring healing and peace to our precious Mother Earth. I walk this path so many times with Nemo, and I only notice now the image on the tree of the heart. It's amazing. Anywhere I go, heart follows me, and it will follow you too if you have a love in your heart, if you're passionate about love.